I have a really cool network of people, like just people I've met. Like everyone will ask me, like, how do you know so many people? It's like, well, I went to so many schools, and I just became friends with a lot of these people. You were one of my like closest friends at TFA when I was here. Like, you, me, our little group of people we had. It was like a random little group. But, no, it was a good time, and I hadn't seen you since. Obviously, I ran into you at the Magic game, but really before that, since high school. But obviously, been keeping up with what you've been doing. With Wake Forest, obviously, and then Michigan, and then so on. We'll get into that.
For sure.
But just kind of wanted to catch up.
Catch up for sure, yeah.
Let you kind of like, tell your story and what's been going on in your life, what it's like too. There's a lot of cool stuff you've been doing and you've done, and I want you to be able to kind of give people an inside look at what that looks like, because your path is not your path is the narrow path, and what I call the narrow path. It's not the path that you, I think, would, as a kid, you're probably like, I'm gonna go play in Taiwan. Like, you probably weren't thinking about that.
Heck no. I told myself that the other day. If you would have told the 7-year-old Chaundee that he was been playing in Japan, or you'd have played in the NBA, I'd be like, heck no. Yeah.
But we all knew, like, I knew, like, I remember when you shadowed at TFA, I knew who you were just because I knew Dr. Phillips basketball. My dad was a Dr. Phillips grad. Like, I followed Dr. Phillips. I remember when you shadowed that day. Because the year before that, we were losing Fletcher, we were losing Jarrell, we were losing like a big part of our team. I was like, dang, so like, what's our team gonna look like next year? And then you and Malik and Elijah come to school and shadow, and I was like, freak, dude. Like, I ain't playing next year. Like, there goes my minutes. But it was exciting. Like, y'all brought some hype to TFA.
For sure.
I think y'all really kind of set, after Fletcher and then you, like, y'all kind of paved the way for this to exist. Like, this gym is unbelievable.
Historical,
I do want to thank Coach Maybon and TFA for hosting us. This is an opportunity that I wouldn't say a lot of people just get.
You do, for sure.
But this is a great environment. I'm very jealous that I got to play here once, but I didn't get to play my whole career here, obviously. But this place
beautiful.
is unbelievable for a high school gym.
For a high school gym,
This is nicer than a lot of college gyms.
A lot of pro gyms I played in. This is way nicer. Like,
there are skyboxes.
For sure.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, man. I would say, like, I don't know. It's just a different path than what most people think. But I knew you were going to the league. Like, you were number 2 player in the state of Florida when you were in high school. You and Kevin Knox.
Damn,
those
great memory. That's crazy.
I got a good memory, bro.
Dang, that's crazy. I forgot all about that.
They came here. It was at Tampa Catholic.
Tampa Catholic,
They came here. I remember the Hoop Diamonds video and everything, bro. Like, that matchup was like the one we were like, this is what we're waiting on.
For sure.
Because we all hated, like, us, like my little group of friends, like, we hated Kevin Knox. Because Chaundee's better than Kevin Knox, bro. It's easily. I don't want to. Kevin's good. Kevin's good. But in high school, we were prideful of that.
For sure.
And so no offense to Kevin, he's still hooping. He's still in the league, right?
He's been in and out. But obviously he's like making good money. He'll be in the G League, then they'll put him on the main team. But he's still good, though.
He's still good. So no knock to him. What was it like when, all right, you came to TFA from Dr. Phillips and you saw, because Dr. Phillips is a completely different crowd of kids than TFA. You're around people that are more, I don't know, like less, I don't want to say less fortunate in a negative sense, but it's public school. And you come here and it's like, where do you find yourself fitting in and then being like, where's my crowd?
It was a whole different world, to be honest. Coming from Dr. Phillips, it was like, I'll be like 2 or 3 of 30 people in the class that did the homework. And it was just like, no one really, I'm not gonna say no one at that school, but no one in mostly those classes would like, had like a career, had like a vision of what they wanted to do. Like, you would ask people what they want to do, they were like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's cool, like, you're young at the time, you're still figuring yourself out, but then I come here, it's like, the person I'm sitting next to, parents are probably billionaires, or they want to be doctors, they want to be engineers and things like that. So like, I feel like I adapted to both crowds in a great way, but I feel like it was better here because I was able to push myself, obviously, like, get more connected to God, hang around people. I can actually see my path and see what I wanted to do with this in life. So like I said, it was different. I feel like more people here took life more seriously, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. That's good. It's a different speed being here. I think coming from, I've bounced around so many times, and like, I was very intimidated coming to TFA because I was like, I'm not very scholastic. Like, I don't like school.
Me neither,
I'm not very. I don't want to say I'm not smart, but I'm not getting the best grades.
Yeah.
And so I was very intimidated coming here, and just like trying to keep up with like, oh, he's an AP or whatever. He's going to Florida next year. I'm like, I didn't even take my SAT, bro.
Really?
No, I knew I wasn't going to college.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't want to go. I knew I was going to do something, but I knew that whatever I was going to do, college didn't matter.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot.
It worked out. I got very lucky. I have good people around me that helped me. But it was all just kind of like God's divine plan for my life, kind of just teed up opportunities to step through. But back to like, all right, so you're at TFA now. Team is pretty stacked here. What was it like that first year playing? Did you think that leveled you up from Dr. Phillips, like your opportunities for college? Like schools coming and looking at you, or what?
Yeah, I had schools looking at me probably starting 9th grade year. I got my first offer from UCF.
First offer was UCF?
Yeah, okay. But at that time, I think they couldn't start talking to it until end of 10th grade year.
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. It was weird. Maybe the rules changed now, but I got my first offer at UCF. It was 9th grade. So, and then I feel like that made a spark in me too. It was like, wow, like
I can do it.
And I've always my parents always told me like, we're not paying for you to go to college, so you got to get a scholarship. So it's like I really had to really lock in. But I feel like I started taking basketball seriously at the age of 12, 11. Like my dad would just drop me off at the rec center, and I would just be there from 9 to 5, all day, 1-on-1, 2-on-2. You know, just working on my different type of individual moves and things like that. So I maybe have a chance, and I feel like at 8th and 9th grade, that's when I started working out, taking it seriously. Okay, made my middle school team. I played well. You know, I made the team. This and that. Blah blah blah. I was a bit. I contributed. Then 9th grade, I'm cool. I'm thinking. I was like, I should make varsity. But then I didn't know I was gonna start my freshman year. So I was starting my freshman year, putting up 20 points a game, and I was like, oh, if I'm doing this as a 9th grader, senior year, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm like, I really do have a chance. Obviously, I think my parents, they kept me grounded, kept me humbled, and I feel like, sometimes I feel like even now I feel like I'm too hard on myself. I was like that back then, but now I feel like I'm just too hard on myself. I always, okay, you had a good game Tuesday, you gotta have another good game Friday. So I always try to level myself to, a certain standard. Cause I also I told you before, I work extremely hard, 2 to 3 workouts a day. And it's just I don't want this to go to waste, you feel me? So it's just I feel like 9th, 10th grade, before I came here, I was, I really took it seriously, and I knew I had a chance. So, like I said, 9th grade hooping, putting up 20 points, 25 at DP as a freshman. That's not common. So,
when you were in high school and you started getting offers, so you got UCF, and then probably got a couple others after that. What was that one? And everyone knows where you went and why you went there, and then where you ended up, but. What was that one that you were chasing? You were like, I need this offer.
Duke, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like it was Duke because, man, just growing up, I was just watching Duke always. And I feel like that was my dream school. They had interest, but they never offered. So, they would always, call, but, never really threw the offer. So I was like, dang,
Those Duke classes, too, those draft classes when you were in college?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Jason Tatum.
Every year they have 2 or 3 people going, and it's just but I feel like it was Duke. Duke was my dream school. Obviously, I was at Wake Forest. I got to play against them. I had a few words with Coach K, and that was just
got to play there and everything.
Oh my gosh, playing in Cameron was amazing.
That's so
But
cool.
I would say Duke.
Duke. I remember when there was a specific school that would. This was actually crazy too for me as a JV basketball player here. We had collaborative practices, so we were with you guys every day. And for us, the JV guys, we were practicing, and then LSU was here at our practice. Georgia was at our practice. Other schools. Georgia was one of those ones where I was I remember they really wanted you, man.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that.
They were heavy,
bro. They were down here every week, and it was just But I feel like I could have went there, but I just wanted kind of like a higher status. So wanted to play in the ACC instead of the SEC. But they were here all the time. It was, and I felt like when I committed, or I was about to commit, or I had to take a school out my final list, I felt sad because my parents made me call or text each individual for their time, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this. So it's but that, that's also basically taught me to be a man, like, you know, being straight up forward. I don't want them to hear about me signing on ESPN or social media. I feel like that's just, you know, they could have just told me. So I called a few, texted a few. Some responded, some didn't respond. So, but like I said, it's a business at the end of the day. I got to do what's best for me. Yeah. But it was a lot of schools, and especially Malik too. Malik had a lot of schools in here. So it was just trying to find what best school fits me.
Yeah, makes sense. Because your final 2 was Kansas and Wake Forest, right? Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'll tell you, I got a good memory. I soak up I don't know what it is. Like, I have a really good long-term memory. If you ask me what we talked about out there,
you don't remember.
I don't remember, bro. Like, it doesn't clock for me. A lot of people get very frustrated with me because they'll tell me something, like my dad will tell me something or someone, and they're like, can you, I'm like, I forgot, I'm sorry. That's it. But I can remember, like, my mom sent me a picture today of me when I was 2 with like an Elmo doll. I'm like, I remember that Elmo doll, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
It's so weird.
That's crazy.
But anyways, I told you we're gonna go back and forth.
You good.
So the reason you had Duke and Wake Forest, I remember this is when I reckon
Kansas,
really
Wake Forest.
Not Duke, Kansas and Wake Forest. I remember you said that your visit was very interesting to Kansas. It wasn't resonating with who you were as a human being. And I respected that a lot. I was like, because I remember asking, I was like, how was the Kansas visit? And you're like, it was crazy. And so
like I said, it's Kansas, bro. So it's like, never I would have thought, like, I mean, that's a blue blood. I feel like I wouldn't say that was my dream school. Like, I knew they wanted me, but I didn't feel like they really like wanted me. And then it's like senior year came and they just pulled out the big guns. They were like, come on a visit. So like, went on a visit, amazing visit. Like, I was literally about to commit there. I was like, yo, like, this. I just had just Kansas in general was just amazing. Obviously, playing for Bill's self, and it was just like, so I'm in the like amazing visit, everything. So
that's cool.
You know, I was about to go back on my flight, so they put you in a room, and they try to basically get you to commit. So like, my parents are right there. The staff is out the room. So my parents like, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. I just want to take this Wake Forest visit. I don't feel it.
You gotta have options. You gotta be able to see it out, man.
Like, I just didn't feel it. Like, if I would have committed, I probably would have decommitted. It wasn't in my heart. You feel me? Like, I took that Wake Forest visit. Obviously, like, that was more of my style. Great academic school, top 10 academic school. And I felt like, and just being, I like to be positive, but I like to speak reality as well. Like, in Kansas, my first 2 years, I wouldn't have played. I would have played a little bit my sophomore, but my freshman year, I wouldn't have played.
Was that Malik Newman that was there?
That was Malik Newman, Devontae Graham, Shvi Mikhailu.
I forgot Devontae Graham was at Kansas.
And I don't know. I was like, I said, I don't think, just to seeing their roster coming for next year, I was like, I'm not going to play my first year, maybe a little bit my second year, but I probably won't play for real until my third year. And I was the type where, like, I wanted to play right away. Like, I don't want to, he has to learn, we have to, learn the system. I just want to come in. I felt like I was ready for college ASAP. So that's why I was like, and it was pros and cons where it was like, Kansas, you're going to go to the Final Four, Elite Eight, but you're not going to play. Or Wake Forest, you might not win as many games, but you're going to play. So I kind of wanted to better on myself, and I did. I feel like I made the right decision. Started my freshman year, which in the ACC, which was crazy, playing the Syracuses, the Florida States, the Notre Dames, the Dukes, the Miamis, the Carolinas. So it was like every if you're not playing a first round draft pick, you're playing a team that's top 10. So I feel like I was good for a challenge. And I played good my freshman year, still learning and things like that, but I definitely feel like it was better than sitting on the bench my first 100%. Year or two and struggling. So I just, I chose a different route.
Yeah. Well, I think too, that was kind of when transfer portal became a little more accessible. You couldn't, back in the day, I don't think a lot of people remember this, but if you transferred to a school, you had to sit out a year and then play. So you lose a year of playing, you lose a year of rhythm, progression, whatever it is. You're getting older, so then the draft comes and you're less, valuable.
They like younger guys.
But you're able to transfer. So then you transferred to Michigan, which I was a huge fan of. My whole mom's side of the family was Michigan fans. So
really?
My dad's side's Miami. Okay. I talked to my granddad today. He's a huge fan of you. And so he was like, because you were there with, a lot of people call Franz Wagner my twin.
Really?
They look like Franz. Without the beard, if I shave my beard, I look like Franz.
You like him a little bit.
Like people will go to games and like, dude, I saw your twin at the game. I'm like, it's so weird. Like, but Franz is
amazing
person. So you played with Franz at Michigan. And that was kind of weird. Like when Orlando picked Franz, I watched a lot of Michigan basketball because I was watching your games, but I wasn't like wowed by Franz by any means. He was good, but I never thought, like when Orlando picked him, I was like, I know who he is, but like, why did we pick Franz Wagner? That was so weird. And then obviously you see like, the guy could hoop. What was it like playing with him in Michigan? Amazing
experience. I wish I could have played with him more.
Y'all played 1 year together?
1 year, and that was COVID year. So we didn't get the full experience. I didn't get the full the full packed stadiums, and like we had families here and there, but they had the COVID 2-3 times a day. It was just a whole mess. But it was an amazing experience. Like I remember like the first day of pickup we had in the summer. And
hoop.
A dog. And I'm like, he doesn't supposed to be here. And it was just like it's just we would have like I remember the first actual practice, like we almost got into a fight because we were just so competitive, bumping heads. Like he put me and him on different teams, and me and him were just going at it. I was like, and then I just like I feel like what really interests me too is like his work ethic as well. Like he would work, come an hour before practice shooting, stay after practice shoot. I mean obviously everyone works hard, you know, at that level, but he just had a different. He was just different.
And Mo wasn't there.
Mo was like 2 years before us.
That's right, because he went to LA, right?
Yeah, drafted to LA. First round. Yeah.
Because then we got him. Yep, that makes sense.
But it was an amazing experience, and it was just like I'm just thankful for it. And I still text him to this day and just get to talk to him. And he's a great person, first of all, which I like, but also like. He wants to win. Like it'll be times in practice or games where he'll just get on me because but I'm like, why is he getting on me? Like you feel me? And it was just like even I'm older than him. He was 2 years. He was a sophomore. I was a senior. And it's like it just showed the impact that he wanted to win and things like that. So I was like, he's gonna be good. Like he had in the beginning he started off okay, but then like end of the season to like the playoff run he just amped it up, and I'm like he's first round. And people like I feel like sometimes like people don't think he's that's good, but he's really tough. He defends. He can shoot it. He's
strong.
Strong. He's crazy. He's like 6'10" now. It's just
he's
like
big, man.
6'10" wing. It's crazy. So
that's cool. So you finished at Michigan. Y'all had a good run too. Y'all went to March Madness. Played well. What was that like too? Like being in March Madness. Like you're in front of. Now, granted, that was COVID year, right? So it wasn't as hyped, I guess, as a normal March Madness would be. But to go to that and experience that as a kid, you're always like, this is
it's
sick,
a dream,
man.
And that's the reason why I transferred too. Obviously, like I think my experience at Wake Forest was great. But I told myself I always wanted to experience, the March Madness just before I leave college. The 3 years at Wake Forest, we didn't get close to that. So I decided to transfer and just show scouts and NBA scouts and overseas scouts that I can play with a great group of guys, which I did. We made a great run, lost in the Elite Eight to UCLA. So, but it was still an amazing run. It just showed that at that level you just have to always be in your A game. You have to always you don't have to be better than that team the whole year, but just that day you have to be better than that team. So it taught me a lot for sure. Like I said, it wasn't really the full experience of March Madness, but like I'm glad I got to experience that with a great group of guys. I feel like we could have went further. It was crazy. Isaiah Livers, he's on a two-way with the Phoenix Suns right now. He broke his foot literally like a week or so before the March Madness start. So we're like, are you serious? Like, and he was like second best player. He got drafted, second round. And I feel like, not making any excuses. I feel like, that hurt us a lot. That doesn't be talked about a lot. But I mean, it's things you can't control, like, so, but it was still a great experience though.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Michigan's done. You're you're hoping to get drafted, obviously trying to go to the league. What was that process like? What was your draft stock like? What was the conversations like with, obviously you got to talk to an agent, you got to talk to your coaches, scouts, whatever. You weren't a lottery pick. But in my opinion, I was actually talking to Talon about this at the house. I was like, I know like Chaundee, like on a personal level, but also on like an athletic level and an ethic level, like you were one of the hardest working dudes I've ever met in my life. And you had the skill set to go and do it. Why a guy, let me back up, we'll get to that. But you didn't get drafted first overall, lottery pick, first round. You kind of fell and went undrafted. What was that like for your mental? And then what was the conversation like the next day when the draft was over? Like, all right, what are we doing? Like,
I mean, it was very hard because obviously, you know, this is something you work for your whole life. And I'm not gonna say the team name, but it was a team I worked out for 1-on-0. They brought me in for a 1-on-0 workout. And
what is a 1-on-0?
So it's basically like literally the whole, so like how this gym is, the whole staff, it's just a 1-on-0 workout with the staff. Okay. So like the head coach, the assistant coach, the GM, they're all right there.
And they're focused on you.
Yeah. On just 1-on-1 workout. And kind of like the the interns, they put you through a workout. Yeah. So they brought me in for they don't do that unless they're serious about you. So that team brought me in, and it was a team I really wanted to go to. Like not really wanted to go to, but I'll tell you off camera, but it made sense. Yeah. So that team brought me in, and I killed the workout. It was like a 45-minute workout, and I literally killed it. So I'm leaving to go out, you know, about to hop on my flight. I think head to my next workout. Okay. I think that it might have been like Chicago or something, or my next workout I was heading to. Literally, I'm walking out the door, and the GM pulled me to the side. Was like, hey, you know, we're gonna draft you, you know, second round. We're gonna put you on a 2-way contract. This and that. So I'm like, oh shoot, I'm calling my agent. I'm like, yo, like literally, I'm about to get on my plane, head to the Chicago workout, and I'm like, yo, like,
should we cancel this flight right now?
Yeah, like they was like, yo, like they literally told me this, like they're gonna, you know, draft me, put me on a 2-way, this and that, blah blah blah. And we already talked about like kind of that was like mostly my spot, like the 2-way kind of, you know, in the G League and being up when they need me and things like that. So I was like, I'm cool with that. You know, it was
playing ball, you're getting paid.
Yeah, getting paid. You know, I'm in the NBA, so I'm like, I'm calling my agent. I'm like, yo, like this is what they told me. Like, like you feel me? So I'm just letting you know. He's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah. So that night came and they went a whole separate route. So I was in there like.
So you were watching the draft like live when that happened. You were like, expecting to get the call.
I'm like, yeah, I'm about to, you know, like. Obviously, I told my parents, I'm like, okay, cool, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they went a whole separate route, so I'm sitting there, like, heated. Like,
so you're not even going to get a call being like, hey, we're not getting you here.
No, they didn't do nothing.
You're just going to find out,
and then it was crazy because that happened, but even my last workout, I'm not going to say this team name either, but my last workout.
I'm going to ask you after this.
Oh, no, for sure. Like my last workout was a team that it was a good team too as well, and I had that was supposed to be my first workout actually, but I went up there, I caught COVID, blah blah blah. Well, it was a false COVID test. Sure. So literally, I couldn't work out. I had to go to my next workout, and then that same team brought me back because they wanted to see me. They had like the 29th pick. Okay. And when I tell you like. It's people in the NBA now that's playing like in the NBA now. When I tell you like I killed that workout.
That's the conversation I had with Taylor.
Yes, I killed it. Like it was hands down the 29th pick. They were going to pick me. Like it was no if, ands, or but. Like even the 5-6 other players that worked out with me, they knew. They was like, okay, cool. Draft night comes literally an hour before the draft. They trade their pick. To like, I think they trade their pick to like Brooklyn or something. So I'm like, oh my. And I think they called my agent. They was like, yeah, we're trading our pick, but just letting you know, he was the guy we wanted. And I'm like, I was like, really.
It's like a bad breakup.
This is an hour before the draft. Like this, I'm sorry. I was like, okay, cool. I still have this other team that told me what. So I'm like, but that even hurt me. And then, so that was a long night. So, but even like, you know, the build up, like the whole day, I went to the gym in the morning, worked out. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. 29th pick is mine. Like they trade their pick. And then on the top of it, I had like where the whole time there were teams, when the draft was going, there were teams calling me for Exhibit 10. So I had like the Lakers called me, the Miami Heat called me, the Celtics called me, the Sacramento called me, Orlando called me, Miami called me. So I had teams like giving me a tryout, you feel me? Giving me a tryout. So it was still like, you know, a great feeling, but, you know, and, you know, it was a point where, you know, it was heading to the second round, into the second round, my agent pulled me aside. He was like, do you want to hear your name called, or do you want to have options of what team you want to try out for and have a possible position to make the roster? I'd rather have like, choose my option. Yeah. So he was like, okay, cool, blah, 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 this and that. So you're going to go and draft this? I'm like, okay, cool. You know, ended up signing E10 with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah. That was crazy too. Yeah. Let's get into that, because that's, bro, as a kid, like First of all, I remember when we were in high school and you went to the LeBron camp and you took that picture with LeBron.
Bro,
I'm like, I looked at it for like an hour. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like that's Chaundee, that's LeBron right there. And then fast forward, you're literally teammates with him, bro. Like that's crazy.
It's wild. Even to this day, it's just like, I should have showed him that picture, but
you never showed that to him?
I never showed it to him. Now I think about it, I was literally just looking at it the other day. I never showed it to him, but it was just like, it was crazy, bro. It was like that was my favorite player. Like, and it was just like, it was an amazing experience. But not even him. Like Dwight Howard. I used to go to the Magic games.
Yes, dude.
4th grade, 5th grade, and watch him and Jameer Nelson. Like, and I'm saying, now he's literally calling me and texting me, and I'm like, what is this real?
So what is like, cause like, all right, we think about like people talk about like, I'm playing with my idols, bro. It's so cool. All right, tell me like, when you're finding out you're gonna play with the Lakers, you know LeBron's on that team. What is going through your mind as a kid, not as like an adult basketball player, athletic? Like,
I don't know. I mean, obviously it was an Exhibit 10, so it was like, all right, let's go and prove a lot of people wrong and show them like, I got it, Exhibit 10, it looks good, but you get paid and everything, but you have to actually make the team. So, but it didn't feel real. Like, and I came in, it was Austin Reeves, it was Mac McClung. So like I had other good people, fighting for a position as well. So, but it didn't feel real. And even to this day, I spent all of preseason with them. Obviously, they cut me and I ended up getting a 2-way contract in November. But like, even when I was on my 2-way contract, I was just like, they brought me up for a game. And we were playing, I forgot who we were playing, but we were playing a game, and with the Lakers, the players would watch a quick film session, like a 5-minute film session, like in the locker at halftime before we go back out. And I feel like, and it was I was in the game, this and that, blah, 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 and I made a mistake on defense. And LeBron was like, Chaundee, you got to drop, you got to do this, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, shit, I'm actually like here, like, because obviously he knew me, but like he was telling me what to do, but I'm like, that's LeBron.
Yeah, he called you out by name and showed you what you should be doing.
You got to drop, you got to do this, blah, 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 you got to run to the corner. So I'm like, oh, shoot. So I'm like, literally like, and then obviously like, obviously, I got cut. And then Atlanta Hawks picked me up for a 10-day contract. And it went really well. And I feel like another like, welcome to NBA moment was like, I started maybe like a second game. So I'm like, oh my God, guarding DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. So I'm like, and it was just like I played well, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like I'm literally here. Like it's crazy.
It goes by fast, bro.
It goes by fast.
Like, that's nuts. So you finished there. You actually played with the Spurs for a little bit too.
Yeah, G League,
G League. And then season's over. Where does the shift happen where you're gonna go, all right, let's try and maybe get another roster spot or another tryout to, we're going overseas now. Where does that fork in the road happen?
Yeah, so it was, I think I played Summer League. No, I played in Puerto Rico for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was like a taste of overseas, but that wasn't really overseas. So I played in Puerto Rico a little bit. It was a cool experience. So I played for like maybe 2 months. Played Summer League with the Spurs, ended up playing the whole G League with the Spurs. And, I felt like, things just weren't fair. The things I was seeing, the politics and things like that. Because I've been around the game 2 years now, and it's just like, all right, bro, like, not being like rude or anything, but I'm tired of wasting my time. Like, you feel me? I want to go overseas, make some real money, take care of my family, be the guy, things like that. So I shifted, and my first stop was France.
Okay.
So, excuse me. Different experience. I literally, overseas basketball is totally different from American basketball. It's totally different. So like,
is it faster?
It's faster. Yeah, it's faster. But it's like overseas, like they pack the paint. So it's like not so many driving lanes. You really have to know how to read and play the games. And obviously, like I had my first year, I think my first year out, I had a crazy coach. Like he would just be on me every day, and I'm like, yo, like, you feel me? But then it was just like, I feel like that taught me a way where you have to basically, like, do your job, and no matter what happens, you have to do your job. And he would just yell at me, curse me out, like throwing basketballs, throwing chairs. Like he was literally like crazy, and I'm like, But he was like that to everybody.
This was
but
in
France?
Like, where is this at?
This in France. My first time, I was, 23?
And does he speak English?
He speaks English.
Okay.
But it's just like, but I'm on a Zoom call with him, and I'm like, he looks crazy as hell. But I'm like, I feel like this was the best spot for me. But like, I played a lot, and he would pull me to the side, Chaundee, I like your game, I like when you do this, that, blah, blah, blah. But then on the court, he would just like do the total opposite. Yeah. But the thing I learned from him is like, like no matter who likes him or, no matter how things like, what things he does, he's gonna do his stuff his way. It was the staff hated him, the coaching staff hated him, but he's gonna do his stuff his way, and he just wanted to win. Because if he doesn't win, he gets fired. If I don't play well, he gets fired. So like he was on me, but like I learned from him, like no matter what, no matter whoever likes you, you gotta do your things your way, how you want it. So that was a good experience. Then I wasn't there for that long. Just we just made the coach kind of bumping heads a little bit. Ended up going to Germany and finished that year out in Germany.
Okay. So finish in Germany. What's next?
What was next?
Starting to get lost in it now.
Yeah. So it was France from August till December.
Okay.
And then Germany from January till May.
Okay.
Then trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. If I really wanted to like stay in the NBA, or because I knew it was definitely teams calling my agent, but I was just like I'm kind of off it now. Just I had my chance, but just waiting, and then I got a call from Japan, which like they needed someone to play my position. I feel like, and I still to this day like I feel like Japan is like the best place I played at. Like I think I was telling you off the camera, like I really want to go back there. So hopefully I'm able to go back there this year. It was an amazing experience.
With a huge Japan following, by the way, so they're gonna see this.
Perfect. Yeah. I was in a city called Kobe. 20 minutes from Osaka. Osaka's like a smaller Tokyo.
Yep.
And I don't know, like I remember like the first 2-3 weeks, I didn't even get my first check yet, and I was like in love with it because it was like, I don't know if familiar with a lot of Asian people, but the Asian people are so nice and genuine.
I have 2 Chinese sisters.
Oh, okay, cool. So
yeah.
But like the Asian people, they're so nice and genuine. They don't care nothing about themselves. They just care about making you happy.
Yep.
The food is amazing. Like the culture, like it's so clean out there.
Yeah.
They respect you. And it was just like a faster world out there. Like you really have to, know what you're doing out there. A lot of people spoke English, but not as much. But you can kind of get the word across.
Sure.
And that was just like an amazing experience. Like I say, I should have never left. Like, it was just.
I remember seeing your stories and like where you'd be eating somewhere. Like it
was amazing. And then, like I said, like you can get dinner for like $6-7, and they'll have you full for the rest of the night. And I'm like, and then with groceries, you can spend like $80-90, and that'll last you for like 3 weeks to a month. Like, and I'm like, so I barely spent money out there, and it was just like, and even like just the teammates. Like we were okay team. We weren't great, but like just the relationships I made, and like that's probably, I think Japan, I have like the hugest fan base out there, and I was only there for like 9 months. Like, and I had the hugest fan base. So like I get DMs and messages all the time, like, when are you coming back to Japan? And we need you back in Japan and things like that. And I just like, I really want to like, I don't want to go for a trip. I just want to be out there for a whole another 10 months or 2 years, however long it is. But it was an amazing experience. Like I said, like we were just talking, like if you would have told Chaundee, like even at TFA you would have been playing in Japan, I'm like, stop lying, bro. Like, nah, heck no, I'm not. But it was a great experience.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest part too about like sports in general, especially basketball, really, because there's not like there is an international like football league and stuff like that, but basketball, it's like soccer. It's so universally loved, and everyone's playing it at a very high level in different countries. I think it's cool that you can have a reality and a career where, all right, you're one of the top players in the country in high school, top player in the state, and then you go play at some of the top schools, universities in the country, and then you can go play in the NBA, but then you could also go wherever else.
Options,
like there's options.
Nah, I'm definitely blessed. Like, and I don't think about that a lot. Like, people remind me all the time, like, bro, you played in the NBA. Not a lot, not even 1%. Like, well, I think what's the percentage? Like maybe 1% that makes it. Less than 1%. And it's crazy. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, I'm going through my storage the other day, seeing all my Lakers jersey, my Hawks jersey. And I'm like, dang.
You have all that stuff still?
Yeah. So I remind myself, like, dang, I really did that, and it was just like an amazing. So obviously, like when I have kids, I can show them that. Like, oh, your dad played in the NBA. They think I'm lying, and show them the jersey, and they be like, but nah, it's definitely an experience. But like, also I feel like I deserve it too. Like all the hours I put in, like behind the scenes, like I work, like I said, I work extremely hard. So like I feel like, you know, I deserve it as well too. So like I try to like soak it all in and things like that. Yeah. And it just like I remember a few times with the when I was with the Lakers, like it was a few times like in warm-ups, like I was about to cry because it was just like, so bro, like you really you really made it. And you really got into the game, and just like the relationships I created, like Carmelo Anthony, LeBron, Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo was my favorite point guard when he was on the Boston Celtics. So I'm like, and then now he's talking to me and asking to play me one-on-one. I'm like, like what the heck? Rajon Rondo, Trevor Ariza, DeAndre Jordan.
You still talk to these guys?
Every now and then, but yeah, I try to just keep good relationships with them. Yeah. But it was an amazing experience, and I just, you know, and I tell my parents the stories about, you know, just the rookie duties I had to do and things like that. Carmelo would tell me, go to Walgreens or Walmart, get me this. Rondo would tell me, go there, get this. Dwight would get me, like, so it's just like, but it's like, it's a blessing because like you're here. Like, I'm not playing, I'm not getting in the game, I'm dressing. Some games I'll dress, some games they'll tell me not to dress, but like I'm around millionaires, like, you feel me? So I'm heading into the right direction, and it was crazy because still to this day, like I learned a lot. Even I forgot, I think we were like in Phoenix or something. We were about to go out to a party or something like that. And literally, it was me, Dwight Howard, and Rajon Rondo. Literally, Rondo gets in the car with his laptop. Mind you, it's like 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., we're about to go to a party, and he's watching film. So I'm like, I said, I hope I'm not tripping. He's watching film, and he was like, like, did you, I played like 6-7 minutes. He was like, did you watch a film? I was like, no. You know, I'm not even thinking about basketball. I'm thinking about, and he's like, you should watch a film and everything, no matter how many minutes you played, just, you know, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know, he just shows that he takes it seriously. And he just doesn't watch film on him. He watched films on like different tendencies and things like that. He would tell me that, like, AD likes the ball on the right block, so try to get in the ball. Right? LeBron likes it on the right corner, things like that. Taylor likes the ball here and things like that. So, but mine was like 1 a.m. So I'm like, I'm not even thinking, but like I played 6-7 minutes. Then I'm like, all right, I do got to watch more film and things like that. So that made me even lock in on film more, just to show that, you know, I was serious about it.
That's cool. That's a different approach to it as a student of the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's just sitting there.
It's crazy. Like 1 a.m. Like I'm not even thinking about basketball right now. We won, had a good game. And he was just watching film, like, and not watching it, but like literally like editing. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh,
this is different.
And that's, like I said, he was my favorite point guard. So I'm like, yo, like this is, I gotta step it up.
It's crazy. That's insane, dude. That's gotta be such a crazy. Like, there's times like yesterday, and I told you this off camera, but like I'm with someone yesterday, showing someone a house, and I'm like, he comes in, I shake his hand, I'm like, this is insane. Like, how am I in this room right now? Yeah. Like, what did I do to like? My world just seems to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you realize, on the last podcast we talked about my buddy Evan that does the golf and stuff. Dude, he's got like Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua hitting him up. They go out and play around a golf in LA, and it's just crazy. Like, it's just normal now.
It's crazy.
But he's like, dude, like, you don't realize that these guys are just normal people, normal lives. Their jobs just happen to be very in the spotlight.
It's great, bro. It's crazy. Like, it's still, bro. Yeah, I'm just blessed at the end of the day. Like, I kind of remind myself that all the time. Like, I'm blessed. Like, because a lot of people would die, break off a leg just to be in my position. So I'm blessed. But like I said, also, like, I deserve it too. The work I put in, 100%. You know, just being close to God, being a saved Christian, things like that. So I try to soak it all in. You know. So.
So that, back to that, and kind of get into the whole like trials and tribulations kind of topic is, all right. You said earlier, like, dude, there's guys in the league that are not better. I look at some of these guys and I'm like, why is he in the league and Chaundee's not in the league? Like, I don't understand that. Does that, like, how do you handle that mentally when you see a guy?
Yeah, I mean,
and not to put you in a spot.
No. I understand, but like, I wouldn't, like, I feel like when I was probably 3-4 years ago, it was harder on me because it's like things do not add up, and it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, it's politics, but it's something like. It's a phrase I go by all the time, like, just control what you can control. All you can do is go out there, play as best as you can. If they cut you, they cut you. If you made a team, great. But like, it's just like, and like, I felt like a lot of people, when I got to the NBA or when I was about to start my NBA path, like a lot of, you know, people, trainers and adults would tell me, like, you know, it's a business. Like, so I didn't really understand that until like I was actually in the business. So I'm like, things be happening. I'm like, why, like, I played better than him, but he gets this contract or this and that. But it just didn't make sense. But now it's just like, I don't even let it bother me no more. I just kind of, you know, I kind of think about it of like, maybe he needed that position more than me. Maybe, or maybe he just, you know, he went through something way worse that he actually needed that spot instead of me. So I kind of like look at it that way. But like I said, like you said earlier, like I'm blessed to, you know, have options to, I can go back to the NBA if I want to, or try to make the NBA team. But also like I can go overseas, I can go, I don't know, Middle East, I can go back to Asia, I can go back to Europe and things like that, because it's basketball everywhere. So it's just like,
there's options. There's options. I think there's a misconception on like you get to the league or you're at the position you're in, people think it's just like you're always successful.
Cookies and cream,
you have to be very successful consistently, but with that, I think there's a lot of failure, a lot of setback. Obviously, that's not as glorified as making it to the league or winning a championship would be. How do you? What is your mental state of mind? Where are you at, and how do you handle those setbacks?
Yeah, I went through a setback this year too as well. It's crazy that you speak about it. Just basically, like I said, it's just kind of like control what you could control. Like I was in a position where, you know, I went to Taiwan this year, and the first 4 or 5 months I just didn't play my best. Like I worked my ass off this whole summer. This and that. Went there, you know, couldn't find my niche, and you know, it wasn't a team. It was a great group of guys, great staff, but it just was me. I just wasn't playing well, so they got rid of me. And I was kind of down on myself just because, you know, I just didn't know what was next and everything. Got a call from a team from London, decided to go there, and then boom, I picked it up right where I left off at.
That's cool.
And it's just, I don't really let it faze me no more, because it's just like, you know, God always has a plan.
Sure.
And I felt like he taught me a valuable lesson this year with, instead of like chasing the money, chase like where you're most comfortable at. That could be taking a little less to stay here, or maybe, or just being around where you're comfortable at. And I feel like God taught me a valuable lesson of that this past year.
I think chasing money is a very deceiving thing to do.
Yeah.
Because you got guys that chase money, and money is so fleeting, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've seen so many people make the most money and be the most unhappy, and it's like, sure, your bank account's a lot more comfortable. Yeah, you got to worry about the bills this week, and that's great. But I think how you view money is so critical, and I think a lot of it has to do with, one, how people are raised. They're taught how do you value money? Like, what is it to you? Is it everything? And it's like, if you do get in that spot where, all right, you make $10 million, do you know what to do with that money now? Because that $10 million, that's a lot of money, but that's only going to last you for so long.
Yeah.
Especially at the NBA level, these guys are living high.
Yeah.
And so I think it breaks my heart, like seeing like kids go in there and make, especially now with like NIL, like making all this money. All right, what if you snap your leg tomorrow, bro?
Yeah,
and then you got nothing.
Yeah.
Don't
like,
worry.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how to manage that money now? Do you know what to do with that money? You need to make your money work for you. Yeah. And so that's like a passion I have to like, I've never acted on it or like talked about it with anyone. I feel like most of my friends, like you know, other guys that are making good money playing that, know how they got good people in the corner. But I have such a heart for like, bro, it's not that hard. Like, let me help you like put these in the right areas.
And go ahead.
So I don't know. I've thought about even doing something like that. Just like, not mentorship, because what do I know? But like, I know how to manage money.
But it's crazy you say that. I literally made like an investment account. Like a Roth IRA, a high yields, a dividend account, literally last year. And just cause like we say, like, I look at my bank account and I just have all that just sitting there, but it's not really working for you.
It's just sitting.
You feel me? It's just sitting there. Obviously, you pulling it out from bills, car, like, you feel me? Like, so it's not really helping me. So like, you know, I got with some people and made me accounts, and obviously I, you know, put a chunk of money in there, and actually, like you said, if basketball ends for me tomorrow, I have something I can lean back on until I find my next path. And I was like, dang, like, and one of my favorite athletes is Floyd Mayweather, and it was just like,
you're a big boxing guy, I noticed.
Big boxing guy. And he would tell me, like, I mean, not tell me, but he would tell like the world, like, start thinking about life after boxing and things like that. And I just, you know, managed it to like think about life after basketball, because like you said, it could be over tomorrow. You could, you know, knock on wood, it could be like, you could have like a bad injury or something, and blah, 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 and you're not be able to play again. And it's just like, you don't want to look in your account, and it's just like, it's a lot now, but like now down the line, you can't. So
you got stuff to pay for.
Yeah, and it's just, and these days everything's just getting higher and higher, like, and it's crazy. So just like you said, manage your money and have good people around you. If it can wait, obviously, like, treat yourself, and you work hard, but like obviously if something can wait, it can wait. So
that's cool. So you've obviously thought about it. Like, what is life after basketball? Yeah. Do you know?
Yeah, I wanna be an actor.
Really?
Yeah. So I was at Wake Forest. I took a theater and film study class, and that was the only class like I would be excited about going to. So like it was,
I did that. I could see it. I could see it, but I did not expect that.
I did a few plays and things like that, and it was just like something like I could see myself doing. So like obviously I wish I can do that in basketball at the same time, but it won't work. Yeah. I'm overseas and things like that. So like obviously, like when I'm about to retire 3-4 years out, I want to really dive deep into it. I mean, that's just right now. It could change in the next few years, but that's something I feel like that would interest me, and I can wake up and and do, because I know a lot of adults and a lot of people our age, like they hate their boss, they hate their job, but what you gonna do? You got a family to feed, so it's like you gotta get. I don't want to never be in that position. Yeah. And literally, I tell my parents this all the time. Like literally, like I have the best job in the world. I'm going out the country. Literally, my every day consists of practice from 11 to 1, and after that, you're done. Yeah. So literally, I have the whole from 1 p.m. until
the world.
Until 11, 12 o'clock at night, until I go to bed. I have like the whole day, and I feel like sometimes I tell myself, I feel like it's just too much free time, because I just have so much time in my hand. Like, I mean, obviously game days are a little different. You have shoot around at 11, and then you got a game at 7. But games I'm excited for, because show your talent, produce, help your team win, help the country and things like that. But I just it's a blessing, and it's just like waking up and just playing basketball is something I've been doing since I was 3 years old, and it's I can't ask for nothing more. Work 2 hours a day in the cool gym, go home and experience. So it's a blessing. I can't ask for more.
Cool. So how much time do you think you got left? You have an idea in your head?
What? I'm 27 now. Realistically, I probably shut it down like 38.
Okay.
38, maybe 39. But it also depends how my body feels too, because like right now my body feels solid, but like
Bron was saying it. He's like, until I like get to the gym and I'm dreading this. Yeah. Like that's probably.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. Like even I think I told you, like since I've been back, I've still been working out, strength and conditioning, but I took basketball off for like a month, and I'm itching to get back. Like I'm like ready.
I think that's so healthy though. It's you could get so just beat up over like, all right, I gotta get shots up. Like I think having a break almost makes you hungrier. Yeah. Starve yourself a little bit, and then get back in it.
And I was just telling, like I said, playing for 9-10 months, that's just.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. Like I told some of my teams, I'm not touching the basketball till July. Like I run every day. I lift, lower body, upper body, but just like I was literally exhausted. Like knees hurting, Achilles hurt, back hurt, and it's just like I just need a good month off and reset. And obviously I'm gonna get back into it this week. But but I know people that's literally 39, 40. That I played with the past 2 years, and they're moving great still. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, how? Like, I hope when I'm 40, and they laugh about it, I say, I hope when I'm 40, I'm able to move like you. Yeah. And like, they laugh about it, but obviously, like, it's taking care of your body. It's the massages, it's the cold tubs, the hot tubs, your diet. Yeah, my dad talks about that all the time, just having a diet, and I feel like that's something I need to work on. Like, I'll eat healthy, and then some days I'll slack off and just eat, bull crap. So it's just like, that's something I need to work on. Like during the season, I'll do good, but out of the season, it's kind of like, all right, you gotta eat healthy, salads and things like vegetables and things like that. Yep. So, but like you said, the diet, but it's crazy because people that's 40 years old and keeping up with me, and I'm like, yo, bro, like,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So you got guys like Chris Paul, still like, well, he's obviously retired now, but played this long. I read a book. So my dad and Chase Adams are both playing bass now. Okay. And I was like, I spent a weekend with Chase in Chicago, and I was like, he was telling me about obviously being plant-based, and at that time I was training for a marathon. Yeah. And my dad was already plant-based training for the marathon too, so I was around them a lot. And Chase was like, he was at Jackson State, and his senior year broke his foot in practice, and he was like, dude, this is my last season here, like I gotta play. And they said it's like he might correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like a 6-month recovery. Like your season's basically done. He goes, that can't be possible. There was a doctor that was on the team or around them, and he was like, come see me at this date, and I'm going to talk to you. So he did like a foot detox with him and changed his diet, went full plant-based. He was back playing, had like one of his best ends of the season that he's had in his whole career.
What the heck?
He's in like the best shape of his life. He's cooking right now. And he's
That's
fully
crazy.
plant-based. And it's like, I think your body is different. I think everyone's body digests food differently.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of studying on it. I did it for a little bit. I eat whatever I want now because I don't have to follow a diet by any means. But it is interesting. Like a lot of these guys that stay fit for so long is completely diet.
It's crazy. Like you said, everybody's different. Everybody's bodies are different.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like I have a lot of friends where they'll eat junk food, Five Guys, candy, soda, and they'll come out here and be in the best shape. I'm like, I'm over here eating healthy this week. I had a good breakfast, good lunch, and I'll be tired than them. I'm like,
Chad Ochocinco.
Yeah.
He said McDonald's. He ate McDonald's his entire career. And I'm like,
wow,
you're like the greatest athlete ever. Like,
exactly.
And it's no sense.
I don't see, like if I did that, oh my gosh, you would see it. And I'm like,
cramping.
How are you like doing it? But some people are just, they probably work out maybe once or twice in the summer, come back in the fall, or don't even touch a basketball and come back and just be the best player on the court. I'm like, you were just at home eating Cheetos and playing PlayStation all day. And he was like, yeah, bro, I don't know. Like some people just got it. They dumb, and it's crazy. Like, but.
All right, switching it up as we kind of close it out. I just want to ask you questions that I'm just curious about. Who was the dude in the league or college or even high school that just gave you the most hell? Like guarding him or he's guarding you, whatever. Like you're just
the most hell.
Absolute dog.
Man, I feel like it definitely was. Well, we played with each other, but in practice and one-on-one all the time was Austin Reeves. Like it was, oh my gosh! And I tell people this all the time. Like, and I give him props. He's doing his thing now with the Lakers.
That's a cold white boy.
Yeah, but everyone, he didn't pass the eye test because he's skinny white boy. He's like, no, don't like. If people saw him out in public, they wouldn't think he's a millionaire or nothing. Like people that don't watch basketball. But I'm like in one-on-ones in practice, like I could not score on him. I could not guard him, and I'm like, yo, like what is like going? He was just like. And then now seeing what he's doing now, like I saw it years ago before he was in the league. I'm like, yo, it was just like, and he doesn't look strong, but he's strong. And I'm like, I'm trying to score on him. He's cutting me off, and I'm like, yo, like what is going on? Like, I'll probably say him. So like, obviously we're still good friends, talk to him every now and then, but it's just like, he was just a dog, bro. And it was just like, oh my gosh.
He's different, bro.
Yeah.
That is a cold white boy.
He's tough, and people think he's soft, but he's tough. He defends, he competes. Like, and he's
likable too. I feel like everyone on that team respects him.
Yeah, he's good people. So
that's cool.
I'm glad.
What would you tell your 18-year-old self? So you're graduating, you're going to go to Wake Forest, and you see how everything played out. What would you tell yourself now?
Yeah, just control what you control. It's going to be things that don't make sense in life, and even in the basketball scene. Control what you control. Keep working hard. Keep your head down. Don't listen to what people have to say, and just keep your close family and friends close.
Yeah. That's good. Cool, bro. Anything else you want to say? Any announcements? Nothing?
Nah, no announcements. Just obviously training. I'm back home until end of August, so I obviously training, getting my body right, getting back healthy and things like that. But just hoping to sign a good contract in the next few weeks or a month or so.
Back in London?
No, not back in London, but hopefully back in Japan. Hopefully, I'm praying, and
I hope so. That'd be sick.
So
Cool, bro.
we'll see. Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
appreciate
absolutely.
it. Yes, sir.